Welcome everybody back to Dungeon Call, above board's foray into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Travis Oates and I'm your DM today. We also have with us the players Alexa Cappiello.
What's up?
Shea Parker.
Doubt it.
Brian Spillane.
Hey.
Sandeep Parikh.
Yeah, hi.
Jason Charles Miller.
BFFs.
And back here we have Leif Gantvoort.
I'm that guy.
Dan Billet.
Hello.
Ashleigh Morghan.
What's up?
And Becca Scott.
We're doing a thing?
When we last left our story, we were jumping off of tall buildings, hoping that we would find a foothold somewhere on the bridges of the largest tower in the world of Lear, the Key Tower in the city of Tyrr. So, when we left our story, I believe it was your turn, Diony, and here's the situation. You are headed toward a bridge, right toward the edge of it. You will hit the bridge. It's not going to be pleasant, but you will hit the bridge. However, the person that you were holding on to will not. He is a good 5 or 6 feet off the bridge.
You said I was able to redirect my body midair, and I would like to overshoot the bridge by about an arm's length.
In what way?
I'm hoping.
I'm trying to picture what you're talking about.
I'm picturing us slamming on the bridge, each hanging off of one side with our arms connected in the middle.
Oh, no. The bridge is much bigger than that. The bridge is about 20 feet wide.
Then I guess
You'd
I
have to have
gotta
very long
use
arms.
my spell slinger.
Okay.
my web shooter.
So here's what's going to happen. This is not going to be pleasant for you. You're going to hit the side of the bridge. And if you choose to hold on to him, then you're going to be pulled off the side of the bridge. So first off, you're going to take fall damage.
Wait. Explain that to me again. So
That's why I let go.
Or tried to. It's not too bad. You only took 3 points of fall damage. So you took 3 points of damage as you collided with the bridge and he did not. And you still have hold of him, so he's going to pull you off the side of the bridge. You are then free falling, and you're going to, what word do you say? Do you remember it?
Alakazam! No.
Was it Alakazam? I don't think
There's
so.
words?
Then I'm grabbing back on.
Like a dagger-shaped rock shape.
No, there is a word.
My shape.
Melon-shaped rock shape. It's interesting the two that
A word for the wrist wire of Tajir, which I have attuned to.
Yeah. Do you remember what it is?
Obviously, I do because I take.
everybody
most
remembers.
copious notes.
You do. I'm going to give it to you. It's Galar. It's Galar, which shoots it out and with a barbed tip.
Galar!
All right. So
I'm holding on now.
And I really hit the aha.
what are you aiming for?
I am aiming Galar. I'm aiming. So I hit the bridge and then I slid off the side.
Yeah.
Is there a railing? Like a rope
No,
railing?
because this is one of the old bridges. Remember, we told you about the city at the beginning. I said that the older the bridge, the less likely there's going to be a railing. This is the oldest bridges in town because it's from the central bridge, from the Key Tower. So there are no walkways. Usually people stay to the center because it's a very wide bridge.
Yeah. Or they're. You got a death wish.
But it's a stone structure that's
It is a
jutting
stone
up.
structure.
Okay,
I'm thinking if it's within range, I would aim for the next building. If I can't reach that, then I'm just
so
going
the wrist
for...
wire shoots out how far?
Oh,
100 feet.
I know that guy. Can I
know
see
if
if I
it's-
see
I don't know
a
if I
ship
went to the right
racing
bridge.
towards
So
me?
he is not at the right bridge. You guys are,
knew
that's
you were
why I
thinking
asked.
the
So you guys are
east-
on the eastward tower, which is the higher tower. He is going to the southern tower, which might be really good for Leif because Leif is closer to the southern tower, to the southern bridge. So he is at the southern bridge, you're at the eastern bridge. So you see no ship.
What bridge was I at? A lower.
You are at a much lower bridge.
it's
That's
south
like
or
30
east?
floors
Jesus.
bridge. I'll say it's another southern,
Okay.
or which would you prefer? You want an eastern
Southern.
bridge? Eastern or southern? Yeah, sure.
How-
Southern, another southern bridge.
What is the length of the bridge to the next tower?
The bridge is probably close to 100 feet, but you've jumped out 20 or so feet. So you could
I remember
hit
the
other
range?
bridge. You could either hit the other tower, or you could hit the bottom of the bridge that you're falling away from right now.
And is there a bridge below me?
There is a bridge below you, 70 feet below you. However,
Feels like I'm moving quickly
you
towards
have 100
it.
feet. You have 100 feet of wire.
100 feet of wire.
Yeah.
Oh, then I can reach the next building.
Well, you can reach the next bridge, or you can reach the next building. Now, the problem is, if you reach the next building, you're then going to go
Pendulum
at
into
least
the-
70 feet downward anyway.
Well, I
But-
could use my dexterity to land through the window because I'm very lucky.
You can
Well,
slam
you,
it
if
in.
you
a
land-
carnival
if you look, if you time this right, it is 70 feet away. There is an entrance to the walkway 70 feet down. Mathematically, if you aim this correctly, you would be able to then swing and go into the entrance of the eastward tower.
At terminal velocity, though, right?
Get ready
because
for a
it-
show.
No,
Details,
actually,
details.
because it would be a swing.
You know,
It would be a swing, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't. Again,
I mean-
it's not going to be pleasant.
Diony is a performer above.
Sure,
And that
sure.
would be truly impressive.
It would make an attack roll.
An attack roll.
Well, you've got to place this in the right place.
Okay.
Can I help her to aim?
It's
Can
not.
I,
no,
give her?
no, not even.
I know.
You are
Lyric,
nothing but a burden to her.
Based on your history, Lyric, is that really a good idea to have you help with aiming? No,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
sometimes we can give each other advantage.
advantage.
Sure.
Yeah,
no,
in
if anything,
proximity.
you'd be giving her disadvantage, but I'm not giving her disadvantage.
What
Now
about
hold
this?
on. I was hoping for
Well, we could see what happens.
a skill roll because I can do stuff with the skill
Well,
roll.
this is still a dexterity-based attack roll. It's still a pretty good.
Would you allow me
pluses.
to use my
No,
luck
this is,
caster?
this is literally an attack that you're making with the wrist wire.
Interesting. In that case, before I do it, I will use my second circle of, let's see, we'll do
Is that a bonus spell?
a bonus action. I could cast Risk. I will cast Risk on myself using my Luck Master second
Well,
circle.
this could make things so much worse technically.
Do it, sister.
Okay, so for all of you, maybe you have a suggestion. I get to add a bonus to all attack and damage rolls, determined by how much I'm willing to risk. A D4 I could risk from -1 to 2. A D10 I could risk from -4 to +6. It's your life. What should I roll?
It's your life.
D4, D6, D8, or
You're driving
D10?
this train. You're driving this train.
I'm making a lot of choices here. I need you to pick a die value.
I'm holding on for dear life.
Tobiath, what die should I roll?
This is all you. You got
D10 then, baby. Let's
All right,
go.
here we go.
Okay.
This could be so bad.
So I get to add just like my melee weapon attack?
It's not
my
your
hit?
melee. It would be a ranged weapon if you have a ranged.
Sure don't
weapon.
have one, no.
Let me see. You don't even have like a dagger you throw.
I have a dagger, dart, like crossbow.
Yes,
It's just not
yeah.
written in.
Here, it should be.
Dexterity
I get a
score
plus
+2.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
It'll be your
should
dexterity
be.
score +2
Yeah,
if you're
plus. So this is a +4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to get +4 on the roll, plus I'm rolling a D10.
So
that
roll the
we
D10
need
first, and we'll
to-
see what the plus is before you roll.
You don't want to see them all together?
I mean, you can, but we have. But remember, it's a variable plus. You don't want to know what plus you have first.
No.
Yeah, go for it.
You roll it after, right?
She's a
Well,
risk
I-
taker.
Look at me for luck.
All of my killing.
Okay, so that's a 6 on the D10 is a +1.
Oh, that's good.
7, 8, 12.
All right, so 12.
It could have been real bad,
So
y'all. Get
first of
thrown
all,
Yeah.
I just
so
got
the good news is you
100
did
feet
hit the
above
broad
door.
side of a building.
Literally.
Bad news,
So-
it's the wrong building.
Oh, that's scary.
So you hit the building. You do a Wile E. Coyote style, where you going for that door in the wall with a 12, and because of the nature of the large target you were going for, I'm going to say that that functions. Now, both of you roll an acrobatics check to see if you're able to hit the floor without face planting.
Hit the what?
The floor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Not an attack.
14.
15.
Both of you are able to roll when you hit the floor and not kill yourself.
Do we take damage
No.
at all? No, wow.
When I stand and let go of him, I do a gymnastics landing.
With your gold clay cape.
Do I have my hat still?
And there's one guy in the corner that just stands up and slowly.
I take off the hat as I bow.
I'll give
All
that
right.
a 10.
With that, as you stand up quite triumphantly, the top 6 floors of the tower, of the Key Tower, collapse and fall. They take out the western bridge, and you see this as you're going around, take out the western bridge and collide with the western tower. The western tower then starts to collapse toward the main, the Key Tower as well.
Back towards it.
Back toward the Key Tower, yes.
And I'm assuming countless lives are being lost at this point.
The loss of lives here is going to be in the thousands, probably by the end of this.
Where are the chronomages? Why aren't they saving everyone? Why aren't they mass feather falling?
Oh boy, it's
All right.
almost like they're the only ones that knew we were there.
Teal.
So we've jumped. We are descending quickly, but not anywhere near as fast as you would fall normally.
Sure.
This is sort of happening behind us.
Now you jumped from the southern exit. So you do see a ship, and you know that that's his ship.
Because I was there.
Heading toward the southern exit. If you angle yourself properly, you might be able to come toward the southern ship. And if he sees you, he might not just pass you by.
I mean, that seems like a good enough plan as any. I do that, and also, as we're falling, I go, so are you enjoying the date that I planned for us?
Oh my.
No comment.
Eelynn, your turn.
I smile, but there are tears rolling down my cheeks because I'm just seeing all these people dying, and I feel like I could have done something to help. So I'm just crying, and I kind of smirk at Teal, but I'm grateful that we got out, and I'm hoping at this point, I don't know that anyone else is okay, so I'm just really afraid. I see the ship, and my idea is like, let's try. We should try
Do
to.
either one of you do anything that makes it easier for him to know that you're there?
Sure. I flash my book. No.
You know.
I can use prestidigitation to make like a spark show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Spark show.
Yep. Okay. I just.
Anything,
You got a spark show here already.
anything else that you would like to do on your round?
I don't have any magical
Okay.
power, so I wave my sword. So hopefully there's some kind of reflection, so you can see that I'm waving my sword because it's tall.
Laric.
So, the buildings that are collapsing, are they collapsing toward this building, which is
So
we've now
you're
reached?
on the eastern side,
Right.
so you actually don't necessarily see the,
We don't
the
even see
carnage
what's
on the
happening.
western
Right.
side. So you're hearing, like you can hear all kinds of sounds of collapse and carnage and screams and all kinds of things, but you don't necessarily know exactly what's happening, and you're much farther down than you were before.
Right.
So
So
you're
we're-
a good 7 floors down from where you were before. So
Okay, and we can see what's the current jumping out of the window now, or what's happening up above, but there's not much we can do to help
and I
them.
should mention you're
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
thousands of feet up.
right,
Yeah. Or not thousands, but over 1,000 feet up.
right.
We could run back on the bridge and try and pull people up that we
Yeah,
can
I
save.
guess, we can start helping to get people down.
All right,
or
so you start running toward the Key Tower on the bridge that you're on.
Sure, I
Okay,
guess.
you'll
Yeah,
make
if
it.
there's
You'll,
people, if there's
you will
people,
make it. Well, there are people running away from the
Right.
tower mostly, but you can make it to the tower by the end of your turn.
Okay.
All right, Fellig.
So you said that
I'm
case they fall.
on the
So you have
southern side of
you
the
have
building.
gone 6 floors down. So you are at
I
the
jumped
floor.
5. I ran 2, so I'm 7 floors down.
Yeah, I just meant you jumped 6.
Got it, yep.
But you are far enough down that you are at one of the floors that has got a bridge that exits from that floor. The southern bridge exits from the floor
Got
that you're
it.
on.
All right, but I've seen this thing collapse above me.
Well, you were seeing it going down. You can actually see that there's light
Open air.
up above.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can hear that it's colliding with something on the westward side.
So yes, the child is clawing at me, trying to get away from me at this point, and I'm not letting him go. I'm
Sure.
holding to him tight, and I run out to the southern bridge.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, it's 22.
You can see that the support beams, even this floor, are all on fire, which again means that this isn't over
The whole building.
because at least the building, as far down as you are currently, is still in danger of collapse.
There are lots of people around.
Fewer people than there were before, but yes.
Yeah. And the southern
Now, you
bridge.
have enough juice to get out of the southern bridge,
Right.
out onto the southern bridge. And you made such a massive perception check. I will also give to the fact that you see an airship coming right toward the southern bridge.
But I've never seen this ship.
Never seen that ship before, but it is an airship coming toward the bridge. Whether it's his or not, it's an airship coming toward the southern bridge. So in other words, it's a way to get off the if you want to save that boy, it's a way to get off the
Yeah. I'm just
off
trying
the
to
tower.
think what I can do to get.
Because you
his
now know that
attention.
probably the full tower is coming down. And you're still thousands of feet in the air.
Now, is this a scenario where he would notice me if because we have met? Yes, he knows me.
Yeah, he knows you.
So
But again, like you said,
talking about
it's not so much that you recognize that as his ship as you just recognize that as a potential
A
way
ship.
off the tower.
right. So
Rescue ship.
Yeah, a rescue ship possibly.
and this is one of the older bridges, so no railings, nothing to get any higher than the
That
rest
is
of the
correct.
people
That is
are there.
correct.
But I am taller,
Yeah,
so I would probably be noticeable. So yes, I pull up my long sword, and I wave it high, and I'm trying to get his attention.
okay. Fellig, so that was Fellig. Nix.
So do I
All right.
make it?
So you do make it, but you're going to take some damage.
Great.
Where's my other six-sided die? All right. Oh, there it is. Okay. 7 points of damage,
Okay.
falling damage.
Yep.
So you made it onto the bridge. Now, of course, you just saw most of the building behind you go. You didn't go with it, but it's still gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Are there other people jumping around me or just
You even see some people just jumping.
So she's clinging on and Zin is with her.
Sure.
Clinging on and Zin says to her, "Keep holding, Nyx, keep holding. You want to see the weave, right? Keep holding, I know you're scared. Zin, I don't know what to do. This is kind of what I saw in the vision that Tyll said that we all had. I feel like this might be the end."
It's different though. This is dusk.
Oh.
Yeah, the light is completely different. It's a completely different tower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good note.
Definitely not the same circumstance. Also, make a perception check.
13.
A naked man with a robe flapping behind him
No.
is quickly coming in your direction.
I quickly roll out of the way.
Roll out of the way. Perfect. All right. Durango. All right. Make a perception check. Actually, make it at advantage.
Great.
I'm going to have you make a couple perception checks here.
Okay, so 11 off the first.
So 11 is enough to see the fact that he's making a spark show. So you see a spark show, and you see that there are two people falling at a very slow rate. So there's some magical falling is happening. So that you see. Now make another perception check, not at advantage.
Nat 20.
Ooh. You see him with a small child in his arms waving a sword at you from the southern bridge.
Here's the truth of it for Durango. What he sees more than anything, I think, is the city that he was born and raised in, the largest tower, the symbol of its pride, falling.
Sure.
And his friends are in there. People that shout his name when he enters the bar.
Yes.
So, quick as a whip, Durango shouts orders to his crew, and if you'll allow, I think is more in the mindset of saving as many people as he possibly can.
Absolutely.
No matter who they are, or what walk of life they come from, or what wages they represent. And so I would like him to order Fake Wyland. Fake Wyland.
Yes.
Full emergency. We must go lower the planks, get as many people on board as possible. And then I kick open a box, say, of these mechanisms, these mechanicals, these little, what do you call it? Mosquito ones.
Sure.
To sound the alarms across the city, to get as many ships in the area or whomever can help.
Fake Wyland quickly communicates to them to have them, and they spread out in every direction to try and sound the alarm and to bring help.
Is there anyone that I think I could specifically, like I think in the whip quick moment that I would have, I would just try to save the person that I see is in the most peril. So I guess, here's what I guess, the people that are falling with a spark.
Sure.
If I can reach them, I'd try
You
to
could probably reach them and the bridge in the same round.
Okay.
So you could catch them in the sails probably, and have them slide down the sails because they're not really falling.
Okay.
So you could catch them. You could catch them in the sails and then still make your way to the southern bridge and then start taking on people from the southern bridge.
Yes. And sounding every alarm that I can through my mechanicals.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the boat sails past. The two of you land in the sails and start sliding down the sails, and you make it to the southern bridge and dock alongside you, and we'll leave it for there to try and get people on. Tobiath, 2 1s. You only take 2 points of damage. So somehow with your crazy, ridiculous thing, you just are able to
that
tuck
rudder
and
is really working well.
Yeah.
you're able to tuck and roll and just apparently tuck it and roll and come on up with all your glory. Yeah.
Beautiful.
2 damage. All right, you see a terrified Nyx in front of you who is clinging to the ground and not moving. Now, you just saw the top half of that building give way. What do you do?
Well, I go over to comfort her to give her a great big hug.
No.
And then I realize myself, and I apologize, and I do finally.
The robe has a belt.
I do close it. I tie the belt finally.
Yeah. And your clothes and stuff are over there too.
They've landed, and so. But I do feel a need because we've made.
Close to you, but not that close.
I get it. Sometimes I don't like being that close to me either. So I want to get a grip on what's happening next. Can I see the airship? where we are? Do we know that's out
No, you are on the eastward
there? So he's
eastward
blocked
side.
by the building.
Yeah. So you don't know what's happening on that side.
Um,
Do you want to try and move her at all? What do you want to do?
So Zin said that to you. Nyx is still on the ground.
yeah. No, I get it. I guess I just say we've got to get out of here. This isn't going to last very long, and I don't have a clear path at this moment. Is that enough, or do I need to take a further action than just connecting?
Well,
with her?
I mean, right now you're just talking. You haven't actually done an action.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you want to do
what-
something this round other than just trying to comfort her.
Let me see. Is there? You said there's that other bridge. Was that by
So
me as
you are
well?
on a bridge, and that bridge leads to another building.
All right, so we
but you've got to start moving if you want to try and.
I encourage her by motioning to let's get out off the bridge. And
Well,
into
I
the
don't
other
think
building.
she's moving. Do you want to move her?
Yeah, well, I want to encourage her. I don't want to drag her, but I take her by the hand and I start leading her that way. Hopefully, she'll follow me.
Do you let him drag you?
Yeah, she
Okay.
gets pulled along.
Do you pick up your stuff on the way?
Yes,
or?
I grab
All right.
everything. The robe is closed. We're all good.
Declyn.
Okay, so these support pillars that are on fire, purple fire.
Yeah.
I mean, how large is this room that I'm in? It's
Hundreds of feet.
Right.
So think of it
quickly-
as like a almost like a train rail connection. Yeah.
So I quickly assess there's no spell I have that could stop this.
No,
Yeah.
nothing is going to stop this building
Right.
from coming down.
So I'm still inside, so I don't know what's going on outside. So I go back outside with the idea that if I don't see all of my friends, I'm actually going to take bear shape and start climbing up the outside to get up to where I think they were.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
Okay.
Diony.
I also see, as I look up at the building, people in desperation, jumping. And I know that we are part of the reason why these people have done this to this place, where all these people are. So I want to do whatever I can to help. And this tool seems to be the most powerful thing in my arsenal. So I look up to a window that looks most full of desperate people about to jump, and I'm going to shoot it to the framing of that window and try and give them something to just zip line down.
Okay. Do you want to? You're right there. You want to try and help her anchor it to something so that they can zip line?
I'm hoping, to anchor it to the base of the bridge.
Yes.
To maybe even if I
There's
need to
something
get
just
assistance.
inside that doorway. You could probably find something there that. You
Yeah,
can anchor it
a
to.
support pole in that building.
Well, in fact,
You could use
remember,
the guy that clapped for you.
Remember,
Yeah.
there are on some of these old ones there are guidelines during windy days. So there is something you could just attach the wire to right
Sure.
there.
Yeah, that's what I do. I use my rope from my kit.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Okay, I still have the D10.
I think that it just stays on that for the next. Or do you roll it?
I
every
believe it's
round?
each round.
Oh my goodness, that thing is just.
Yeah. The bonus changes with the caster making a new die roll to determine the effect every new round.
Every new round. All right. Yep. Another die 10. Let's go for it.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to shoot. You don't have to hit very high, fortunately.
And
-1. Do you want to use your
well, I was saying, does she get advantage because I'm helping her to aim? That's what I thought.
Because he didn't really use an action except to run back to help people.
Sure.
last time.
Although she could just pass it to you too, and have
well,
you use it.
can she? Because I thought she's attuned to it. So can she
am
do that?
attuned.
Oh yeah. She's
Yeah, I
attuned.
didn't think she could.
That's right. It's an attuned item. You're right.
So it was a total of 6, but I have
Yeah.
a 3 minus 1.
You know what? Yes.
That'll be my action for the round.
You're gonna have to get very cozy with her.
Yeah.
Well, last action,
Oh, well.
he would just kind of said he was running back on the bridge to help.
I know. I mean, I know you're gonna hate this, but you're gonna have to really snuggle up to her and like.
I'll
and,
be
like,
one of the
give her-
people. Don't worry.
just
tighter!
just swing through it.
Yeah.
Don't let go!
All right. So roll this. I'll give you advantage. Go ahead.
Okay.
So roll-
re-roll the D10 as well?
Nope, you can't re-roll the D10, so you're
Okay,
still
so it's
negative
a
one.
-1. So that's an 8.
8. All right, you did miss this one time. Sorry.
All right.
You have to get at least a 10 to be able to do. I think it's a
Sure.
great idea.
Sure.
But you have to get at least a 10. All right. Teal.
So as soon as
Oh,
we...
hold it.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
the the westward tower starts to collapse toward the main tower. It collides with it, taking out the whole western side of the upper part. And everybody who is still on the tower or bridges, including you, even 70 floors down, feels that impact, as because there are no supports anymore, it just, when it hits, starts to crumble away. And then the top 40 floors start to collapse inward. That includes the southern.
Yep.
That bridge is going to be gone by the end of this next round.
Nix and I have gone to is another building in the domino further away. West is collapsing in the east. And
It is.
And we're further
And
that way.
right now, everything is collapsing westward, not eastward.
Okay.
So right now, the building that you're in is not in danger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Teal, make a perception check.
Okay. 16.
Because you are up on the the ship's sails, you kind of have almost a crow's nest style view out over the city. You see something that absolutely chills you to the bone, because this was really, really bad. But you see the Chrono Observatory start to crumble. One of the other largest parts of the city. And it starts to fall to the side and hit other towers back there at the Chrono Observatory. So, if it was the Time Walkers that decided to do that, they're taking themselves out as well.
Perfect alibi.
Yep.
All right. What would you like to do on your round?
So, not that this wasn't serious before, but seeing that definitely shakes Teal in a way that I don't think he's ever really been shook before. And I think similar to the way that you reacted, now is just the time to do as much as you can. And so we sort of hit the sail, slide down it. And in fact, I'm going to release Feather Fall so we slide down a little quicker to get to the deck. And then as soon as I hit the deck, I run to the side. Having been falling down, or having been going through it, I got a little bit of a view, so I provide as much information as I can about how things have fallen to try and get us towards where anybody might be. And what I'm poising myself to do is, if we fly by and can't get to somebody, but we see them falling, and if they're close enough, I want to be able to cast Featherfall on anybody who's fallen.
What is the range of Featherfall?
60 feet,
60
so not
feet?
far.
So that's not,
but
well, that's not too bad, though.
Yeah.
How many people can you do with one spell?
5, but it's not concentration.
Sure.
So
How many spell slots do you have?
5 left that I can do this with.
Okay.
So not many, but the idea is mainly to catch the people that
25 lives.
yeah, that we can't catch with the ship, so that maybe we can.
So
come back
on
towards
this
them.
particular moment, you can cast Featherfall. You can get 5 people who the ship would not have been able to get to, that did not have a bridge under them, and 5 people are now descending safely. Eelynn.
Can we see the flames?
The problem is the flames are almost invisible. Unless you are right up against them, you can't. So the flames aren't visible at all from outside. The flames are only visible when you can see the actual struts, and they're only affecting the wood, because the stone isn't affected by time. Only the wood is being disintegrated. Well, the wood, and in some cases people, and in some cases, if it hits a curtain or something like that. But this is mostly hitting the structural the wooden structure of the tower. And unfortunately, because this is such an old tower, the wooden structure is one of the things that's holding everything together.
Can I ask what's happening to the elevators? Like, are they falling?
So some of the elevators are still functioning, but some of the elevators are being knocked off of their, because there's also stone and things falling like left and right. So some of the elevators are making it down, some of them are not.
Can I smell that grapefruit smell? Because we were all at that same place together.
You're pretty far away. I mean, you can roll a perception check. He got that because he was in wolf form.
Yeah. Just because we were all there, I don't know, maybe I can get a whiff of it.
If you were inside, you'd have a much better shot. But if you roll really high, 14's not high enough for you to be able to smell it at,
Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the sides of the rail.
But you see, like, the 40 or so floors that are collapsing. You can intuit that this is affecting most of the tower, because when it hit the side of the tower, it didn't just like hit like a solid object and then and shake it. It hit it like it was blocks that were stacked upon each other rather than being held together.
Okay. Well, I just go to the side of the ship and I'm just helping bring people on.
People do start to stream on board of the ship, so helping with that is huge. Laric.
How far across the bridge are we? So here's one tower, here's the other tower. We were just trying to...
It's a 100-foot bridge.
Right, and we are where?
You're at the other tower.
At the other tower.
So you're a good 100 or so feet away.
Okay. Can I use to try that again with her to try to use my action to do that?
Sure, you can use your action to do that.
I will do that.
And I'll even let you use your attack roll.
Okay.
Push the button.
All right, and so I will. And I get a 19.
All right.
21, sorry, 21.
Yep, perfectly positioned. Yep.
All right.
It's probably best that thing doesn't poke out anymore. I think we were going to poke an eye out with that thing.
So then I tie it off and just start, gesturing to people to come across.
Yeah, they get the idea, so they start taking belts and so forth and wrapping it around and start.
And then I want to catch people as they come in. That's
incredible. Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah. You don't know yet that the westward side is collapsing.
No, yes, I know, yes.
Yeah. Okie doke. Fellig.
Has the ship arrived, or
The ship did arrive. The ship docked there, and people start streaming on board.
So
you do know that everything's about to collapse.
Right. So I have encouraged the boy onto the ship, and I'm still on the bridge, ushering more people. Planks is what you said, basically, is how they get onto the ship?
Yeah, planks have been passed out.
So I am also ushering more people onto the planks. And then as I'm doing this, I notice that the bridge itself is literally starting to collapse under my feet.
There will be no bridge here at the end of this round, yeah.
But I'm not ready to get on the ship yet.
Okay.
So I step further onto the bridge to grab as many people as I can.
Okay.
And to put them onto the plank.
Okay.
And I'm 15 feet away from the plank at this point.
All right. Okie doke. Nix.
So while we're both running into this new tower, Nix says to Tobiath, we have to do something. People are falling, they're dying. We have to do something.
Yes.
But how high are these towers? I mean, they're all pretty high, and how long
Well, the central tower is about 1,800 feet tall.
And these elevators, how quickly do they go down?
Not fast enough.
What do we do?
Well, the bridge is still intact. Maybe we can lead people out, because this one of the buildings we just came from.
Oh, there are people still running across your bridge. Yeah.
So they're running.
And again, you don't know the tower's collapsing.
Oh, we don't. That's right. It's coming in from the other side.
Yeah.
The only way I see is down.
Let's get to the next bridge down and just keep going down and leading people down with us.
All right. So do you start going down the stairs to go farther down?
Yes, I just keep yelling.
70 feet down. And actually, you'll come to them. And so you can just start
Basically, keep yelling out.
Rushing
Everyone,
down.
keep going down. Rush down to the bridge, but be cautious of one another. Help one another.
So you can easily make it down. I mean, if you're just running and that's all you're doing this round, you'll probably meet up with them toward the end of the round. In fact, you probably see them and you see that they're having people zip line down to them. All right, Taringo.
Yeah, so I'm at the edge of my ship.
And you see that you know that there's not going to be a bridge there.
There's not going to be a bridge there.
In seconds.
So I'm good with the rope, quite good with the rope.
Really good.
And so I think what I've been doing this entire time, as much as I can, is lassoing and lashing people to my ship. As many people as I can. I think by pure luck, I would have, with my final rope, sent it towards Fellig.
All right. Make a. That's the only one I'll make you make a to hit roll.
Okay.
Because I think you have to hit with a. Right?
Oh, what's that?
I think you have to make a.
I don't know. I'm a rope master.
Under rope trick, I think it says you got to make. The
rope tricks must be performed. Okay. I got to do what? Make what?
I think it says make an attack roll. I believe. Under rope trick. Read into the one of the tricks.
Okay, so let's see. I would say maybe tangle up.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, you may loop a rope around an opponent in such a way as to cause them to get tangled as coils. Maybe that's the closest thing to
keep going.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hands. Okay. Sorry, I knew there was some roll that needed maybe.
That's good. That's a good
Yep.
thing.
Sleight of hand.
Come on, baby. 15.
You got him. He's tangled up either in is it your whip or your rope? Your rope, I think it's got to be. The whip isn't far.
I can use either actually, but I'll just use whatever I have left.
The rope you need longer because he's farther away. Also on your turn, because the planks that you've put out are starting to slip.
Yeah.
And if the planks slip out, they'll fall out, and the remaining people won't be able to get on board. So, I'm going to say that fake Bobby goes out onto the bridge. He's going to brace it.
Yeah. Great.
I'll hold it, boss. I'll hold it as long as I can.
Despite how much I give you crap, I still love you.
Oh, if I could cry, I would.
I'll program that later.
Tobiath.
Is it dark in the towers? Have lights gone out? Are people confused?
Well,
where
so
to
you're
go?
now with them.
Well, we've made it all the way down.
Yeah, because she kind of took you down with her.
So we're on their level. We see what's going on. People, and there's
Get
a lot
people
of
off the line as quickly as possible.
All right, we should stay here and help them do. There's a lot of work to be done, so I think we stay and help with that. The only spell that I thought might be beneficial is Continual Flame, but if there's no sight problem, then I don't think I would cast that. So it's just physical labor. So we stay and we help, and guide people to ground as they come in and get them down into the stairwell.
All right. Declyn.
So how much lower was I?
70 floors.
70
so 700
floors.
feet.
Okay.
At this point, because you do see that the western tower is coming down.
Yeah.
And there are people falling left and right. You might be able to catch some people.
I'm going to try to catch him with my big bear paws.
Yeah.
At least with one.
Yeah. So I'm going to say make a die 10 roll.
Die 10? Okay.
Yeah.
10.
You were able to save 10 people
Wow.
and scoop them in.
So I've got them all, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're on the bridge. They're no longer falling to the death.
I got them on the
Screaming.
Yeah, a bear. Yeah, I thought nothing scarier than falling to my death was going to happen, but then a bear grabbed me.
You thought you were safe. Now you're not.
Yeah. All right, Diony.
I would like to, I see that people are being helped. I see there's 4 of us now. It feels under control. I want to look at the tower and assess what I might perceive to be going wrong.
Well, from this angle, I mean, make a perception check.
Okay. I would like to spend a lucky try and say, no. There's more I'm not seeing here.
All right.
Okay, so that's a 16.
I mean, you do detect some wobble and wiggle. It does look like something is maybe happening on the other side of it that is not good.
Can I see like the edge of the bridges there? Do I see extra tension being pulled?
Sure.
I think it's time to go. I think this is it. I'm gonna, hopefully the trickle of people down the zip line has slowed from just one exit point. Well, I'm going to at least make sure our team and anyone who will listen that's also helping has our feet in the building in the archway.
Okay. Braced.
I'm gonna use my rope, or I'll take yours since we used mine to tie this zip line up, and just tie it, all of us together and all of us to the support beam.
Okay. All righty. At the end of this round, the rest of the 40 floors collapse. You fall away, but hit the side of the ship because you're tangled up in his rope. Fake Bobby falls. However, he saved a bunch more people. Now, when the 40 floors collapse, it starts a chain reaction that starts the rest of the building below it to collapse. There will not be a bridge where you are at the end of next round. The bridge that was in front of you, Thor, goes away as the tower falls away. The line is still attached to a windowsill.
Of the collapsing building.
Of the collapsing building.
I'm able to hit the button to retract?
You are.
Yeah.
If you do that, all the people that are still on that line will fall.
We'll come up towards it.
No, that's not going to be the way that works.
Sure,
it's
a
going to
trolley
slip
problem.
out. It's going to slip out instantly from under them because it releases
what
the barb.
happens?
That means that you're going to lose about 9 people.
If I leave it, then this thing rips out from our end and they're gone
Possibly.
anyway?
Yeah, possibly. There's no good choice here.
Well, that's rude.
Are any of them wearing bathrobes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and cast Prestidigitation to unhook it from the other end without unattaching it from our end.
I mean, you can unhook it from that end. I see what you're saying. You want
I want them to just dangle there, and we'll figure out how to get them up later.
You can just have the
grapple release.
Grapple release.
And leave it extended. That's
That
what
is
I'd like to
correct.
do. So they are, between the 4 of us and whoever else is helping, there are 9 people dangling that
right.
we're trying to figure out how to get
You
up.
guys are going to have to make a collective strength check. So, who wants to make that strength check for you guys? Because 9 people are on the other side of that rope. And 4 of you, now braced, but 4 of you are going to try and hold back 9 people's worth of weight. So, who has decent strength of this group?
Fortunately, not me.
I'll do it. And I'm not.
All right,
I'm
you'll
not
do it.
there.
You're going to use.
You have fumble proof.
So don't use inspiration until you find out you need it.
Okay.
No, you're holding 10 men right now.
I think I'm going to need it.
All right.
So I will roll a different die.
Oh, I should have used it.
Can Zin help?
Oh, do I
Oh, help action.
Yeah, it's a collective, so both should be advantage.
Okay, so
Remember
then-
when we do a collective roll, you have advantage because
Right.
everybody's helping.
So that was the first one. I
No,
will
not
need.
much
I will
better.
need to
No,
use
wait, hold
it.
on, hold on.
Yes. Thanks.
Get another lucky one.
All right, here we go.
Jesus Christ. It says 14. 14.
Oh,
No, the strength check. No, that's right. It's not a no. It's a 14.
all right. You have a horrible decision you guys have to make because either you guys are going to topple out, or you're going to have to release it because you can't hold it.
I release it.
Yeah. All right.
I just stare silently.
Same.
Teal. You watch as the Key Tower disappears beneath you, floor by floor, collapsing. The western tower is still having structural issues. Parts of the western tower are still falling, but maybe not the whole western tower. But the entire Key Tower is gone. And if you can see off in the distance, it looks also like the tower which housed the Chrono Observatory is also gone. Probably a similar effect.
I'm sorry it was their time.
Nix places a hand on his shoulder. All we can do is try to save as many as we can and ourselves. Let's move on.
So we can go into another building that gets crumbled by chrono magic. We need to go into the middle of an empty field.
We have to get out of this situation as quickly as possible. We have to get to the ground and try to find cover. I don't have the answers. But all we can do is try our best, and we can't stay here, so we have to go. He's right, it was their time. And hopefully it won't be ours. Let's go.
Is there anyone of the three of you not wearing armor? Are you all wearing armor?
Well, he's not.
Can I take a moment to actually get dressed with my breastplate and so forth before we continue on? I think it was,
Sure.
So there's some form of. There may be more we can do on the ground. If there's nothing else to do here, then we have to go look for something else that we can do. And maybe it's down.
Fine. Behind you. And I'm going to try and cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
I do. Good job, me.
I guess, is
One thing I can do,
the
right?
ship headed this way, or do we just turn and walk away?
Well, you see the ship now, because unfortunately, there's not a tower in front of it.
So on the ship,
Yeah.
Rango spots Teal. I heard you shouting at me earlier, and I rush right up to you, grab you by the husk, and toss you to the deck, and scream, "What have you done to my city? What hell have you wrought? Here!"
We're in a war. I bring this war, and I'm frankly tired of people saying that I did.
Well, none of this was here. All of this was here before you guys showed up. All right. All right. All right, we've got to save as many people as we can.
Can we see? There's no tower between us and the.
I mean, they're awfully far away.
Would those of us that saw the ship recognize it?
Yeah, you'd recognize a ship if you want to do something to.
So I was just agreeing that we should go down. I said, wait. I think that's our friend. I think
That's
the
the ship. That's him.
We need to get his attention. Now, I can cast a continual flame as a way to get attention.
All right, well.
So I'll do that.
All right.
So we have a bright light, and I'm waving it to get his attention for
So
us.
it's an extremely bright light that you can easily see off in the distance, hanging off to a tower that would have been on the eastward side.
That I see?
Yeah.
Want to save some people? Let's start with them.
I looked at Fake Wyland. Where's the most strategic point that we can be to save the most amount of people? Right now.
Perhaps if there are people hurt on the adjoining towers, the ground is a graveyard.
Then move us there already.
Yes.
Go!
Yes, Captain.
Here, we're over here.
All right. So you make your way toward the towers. You do see a number of people clinging to the side of the tower underneath the doorway that they're at. So it seems like some people fell, but some people were able to grab onto the side of the tower before they fell completely. So I would imagine you go to them first?
Yeah, fake Allen. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Fake Allen.
Fake mechs and get them up.
Yes. So you were able to retrieve another 5 or 6 people that were able to, because you guys held on until they hit the side of the building and then started to slip, some of those people were able to gain purchase.
I have an idea.
Yes.
I would like to, before we start heading down, stand in the doorway beside you, Tobiath, and I want to use prestidigitation to amplify my voice, and I want to yell to any mech within hearing range of that to climb up the sides of the buildings and help people to safety.
Yeah. And because of him sending out, there are actually all kinds of mechs you can see that are already like doing that kind of thing, doing repair work, trying to save people. It's like a bit of an anthill situation where there are mechs climbing everywhere, and there are mechs flying about and stuff.
Right.
The problem is this all happened realistically in about a minute.
Right.
So there wasn't much of a alarm, and there are 2 towers that this is happening at. The Chrono Observatory was not as big as this tower, but it may have even had more people. So, because it has the dormitories of the entire Time Walker, core. So all of the Time Walkers in Tyr at this time of day potentially have been taken out in one fell swoop.
All the people who could take care of this enemy.
So, you gather up the remaining
We'd
people.
be helping them also.
For sure.
We didn't realize there were people there. I would have thrown a rope.
You didn't know. I mean,
Right.
how would you have known? It's just it was a moment of like he either sacrificed the 4 of you or sacrificed those people, and he had to make a decision, and he did.
Now we see
some of those people survived because they were next to the building, but
we're helping them up.
yeah. So, your ship is at this point at capacity.
Yeah.
Like the ship can't fly too much more.
Right.
So, what do you want to try and find an area that's safe and start unloading folks?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I want to leave them in safety. And maybe as I do, I would like to converse with you guys a bit more.
Sure.
About what the hell is going on.
Shall we assume that you just explained to him what's going on?
Yeah.
All the information that you've gained since you've been here, as a not as a player character, but as they'll fill you in on all the things that they were told by what was his name? Jauntus Vicarius, so you do learn to a certain extent. This is not his fault, but he is, unfortunately, by fate and by time, thrown into the middle of this. And he was even warned tonight that this might be a really rough night. I don't know if you share that part. You probably don't.
Sorry, I tossed you to the deck like a rag doll earlier.
Honestly, I'm getting used to it at this place.
So if you're a Time Walker, can we reverse this? Whatever your mission you guys were babbling on about is, which of these places do we need to go to help and reverse what just happened or something. I'll take you there.
We'll go to where we need to go.
Make an intelligence check.
What was that? Make an intelligence check? I'm pretty distraught. That's a 10.
Nothing comes to his mind.
Yeah. We can go where we need to go, but there's no reversing this. It's not how this works. What we can do is we can stop more of this from happening.
I guess then you have my ship.
Thank you. If it's okay. We've flown around this area.
The one thing that I would say that you would have gleaned from this story is that if you do want to have your city be as safe as possible, get this guy the hell out of the city.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to be around him. And apparently they've upped their game. These guys took out a huge part of a city to try and get to you.
So wherever you go, havoc follows, eh?
Seems to be these days.
Well, let's get you the hell away from here, huh?
The person who paid for our rooms knew we were there, correct?
Yeah.
This kind of feels like a personal attack. Like whoever supplied this told people that we were there.
Yeah, the thought crossed my mind. But that, and I point to the Krone Observatory, like in shambles, doesn't exactly make me think that we were betrayed. I think we were all caught up in it.
Do you think it's something or someone other than Time Walkers that did this?
Well, someone who has the abilities of Time Walkers, but not part of our organization. Or maybe it is, I don't know. It could be that, yes, that Jauntus, as soon as we walked out that door, Jauntus betrayed us. I don't know. I don't want this.
Do you know anything about Jauntus?
Yeah. I mean, he's the master time walker here. He's a fairly well-known figure. He's been here for a couple centuries.
Yeah.
He's well respected. He's been in charge of the time walking organization for years and years and years, and is considered a loyal time walker. He's a bit arrogant, but a lot of mages are. But he's not. I mean, he's a known quantity, and he hasn't shown any evil tendencies.
Yeah. For anyone who has spent even a month here, much less centuries here, I do not think he would betray this city.
Yes, I would say that one thing. Jauntus is very much a citizen of Tyrr, and it'd be very unlikely for someone who's lived here as long as they do to unleash this kind of havoc. He has friends and family here. He has family here. No.
So I don't know. I don't know what's.
Are we all
happening?
back together? Is everyone on the
everybody's on the ship.
On the ship? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to save
all that happened.
Actually, yeah.
We know that there.
700 feet down to
Yeah.
the southern tower by a collapsed bridge.
Yeah. And we never did get to you. I assume that you would
I got across the
that you would
bridge.
get across the bridge because you had time to do so.
So I'm confused because you said you needed to dock the ship to let people off to help.
Yes, he docked. Let's say that you do, because you guys know that he went for a walk. Let's say that we did pick up Declyn at some point.
So we have everyone. Okay.
Yeah, so we have Declyn.
Maybe if all the people lashed to
Well,
our,
I think
to our ship.
well, Declyn
we
was
pull
still.
up a bear.
I know he was 70.
Is this one yours?
He was technically 700 feet below, but that's still, you were looking for on the sides of buildings for people. So I think Declyn was one of the people that you came
Grabbed.
to. It sounds a long way below, but it's not even half It's not even half the size of the tower. So, so yes, you picked up Declyn, and yeah, we're going to assume you're all together. Okay. And when I say he went to another part of town, he went far away from the carnage, dropped those people off because you don't want to go down there.
And then came to pick us up.
No, you were there. You were on the ship.
We've dropped the people off?
You're now on a ship by yourselves.
Oh, can I have a moment?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
So when we go to drop the people off,
yes,
as everyone is departing the ship, I see the boy I saved.
Sure.
In the crowd, lost, alone, and then, almost by fate, I see an adept standing close. He notices the boy. He walks over. He takes the boy's hand. And it takes everything in me not to stop him. For I know what his future is, because it is my present. And there is nothing that Ren High followers dislike more than to see somebody else have to become a follower of Ren High. But he knows that vengeance is going to be his life now, because his father was taken from him at such a young age.
You guys are killing me today.
How about this? When you pick up Declyn, just to lighten the mood, he goes, "Well, that sure was unbearable, wasn't it?"
Oh boy.
Oh, I missed you. Bear hug.
That was very nice.
Let me see if I can catch this time.
That was very beautifully done, Leif. All right.
Now that we're all on the boat, I just wanted to ask, did anyone see anything? We were all in different places. Maybe someone saw something, anything to help us figure out why this happened.
I was in my room, all I heard was a
It
crash.
was time fire.
Who saw that?
I can confirm that.
But did you give us the information about you saw the tower, the other tower fall, the observatory?
We can see it.
Yes, you know that now.
But
yeah.
I pointed it out.
Right.
Yeah.
But my question is, when did that fall in comparison to when this tower fell?
Same time.
Same time.
The exact same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like it happened pretty much simultaneously. He was seeing it collapse. Actually collapsed before this tower did.
That's what I'm asking.
But like we're talking within 10 seconds of one another.
But if somebody was there questioning your people as to where you were, maybe they got the information where we were.
It could be. I mean, at this point, there'd be no way. Well, you know this about time fire. There isn't going to be any evidence of what happened. There are going to be a bunch of bodies that are burned beyond recognition because they've aged to the point where they're mummified. So even if you can find bodies in the rubble, you're not going to be able to know who those people were. You're not going to be able to know what happened there. So they could have certainly been covering their tracks.
But
it seems to me that whatever happened here, our next step is mirage. Because we can't know.
Player question.
Yes.
If a time walker is burned by time fire, would their staff be burned too? Is there anything on them that would still...
Anything that can be affected by time. Now, it's a question as to whether time walkers, especially ancient time walkers, like master time walkers, would they be affected by time fire?
Right.
Because they practically don't age.
Right.
I think they age 1 year for every 1,000. So, I mean, if anybody survived there, it might have been Johnson. But now, if he survived the time fire, I don't know if he would survive, But again, anytime you're dealing with a high, powerful mage, he could have teleported out. I mean, there are a variety of things that a high-powered mage could have done. I mean, even some of the low-level Time Walkers might have made it out of that building if they had known in time what was happening, right? The only reason you guys really escaped all this is because Fellig noticed time fire on one of the walls, and you guys started to get out before things really went wrong.
true.
If you had only noticed as the building collapsed, you guys would be dead.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Fellig.
So shall we?
Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
As soon as I get on the ship, I grab Eelynn and I just sink into you and hold your hand.
I have one thought. Understandable if we want to just go directly there. But if Jontas Vicarian is alive, he did offer to help us. I don't know what's...
He might have also betrayed us. And he offered to help us with items which no longer exist, in all likelihood.
Didn't he suggest that you not leave for the evening?
Yes.
Make sure that you're inside the Key Tower on this very night?
I said that
So many
too.
words, but yes.
I said that too. It feels a little...
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we don't know it's him, but we can't trust him.
I think Mirage awaits us, and that's the next step.
As you discuss this, you just notice a lurch that happens on the ship, because I'm already sending us
Nice.
way the hell away from here.
And I guess we're off.
You,
And I
was going to say, plotting a course to Mirage?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've managed to find my way up into the cockpit area because I'm fascinated by the ship. And I wanted to thank him and tell him that I knew he was a good man. And I wanted to find out more about what he does and clear my mind. So if it's all right with you, I'd love to take a ride with you up here.
I wander off to the back of the ship but just by myself and look down as we fly away.
I walk to the side of the ship as we're leaving and whisper prayers to Belina.
I too find a spot to sit alone, thinking about the small child, and as I do, Chance makes his way out of my pocket, comes up and sits on my shoulder, and nuzzles my ear, helping me suppress.
Had Chance not made it through this,
I know.
he would have gone down with the rest of those bricks.
We would have ended Dungeon Core right now.
Yeah, we would have had to have him roll up a new character. If that mouse ever gets shattered.
Pet glass mouse.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my familiar
So
that I have sent to comfort Fellig, who has a little bit of an emotional swing problem.
What are you talking about?
This is the place.
So he's a
gotcha.
glass blower, and so he can make a familiar, and the familiar is literally that little glass mouse.
That's
Yeah.
Chance.
It's your support animal.
Yeah.
Your support
It literally is,
Emotional
yeah.
support pet. Yay.
A bit of a bond between me
One of
and
my
Fel-
favorite moments is when you
really
guys
cute.
got
Love
him
that.
to go down the hallway that you wanted him to go to in Babbage's hall by Laric going, Chance, why are you going down that hall? Oh, you're all alone. And he's like, what? Chance went that way? It's such a great moment.
Well,
Diony
Tarango
is
may
going
need
to
about
place
20 of those.
the amulet of inner fire around her neck as she goes off alone, because everybody's doing it, and is so filled with rage. She's thinking about joining Fellig's church and just uses it to envelop her body in a burning flame. She's just a ball of fire on the back of this ship.
Famously a good thing to have on a ship. I will stand not directly next to Eelynn because I know
She's surrounded by little mechanicals that, as flames come out, they go, shh. They're just putting out flames to make sure it doesn't go around to other parts of the ship.
so I stand next to Eelynn. I can tell that you're praying, and then I want to give space, so I stand a few feet to the side, just basically being available, but not intruding.
Nyx is near the back of the ship as well, but she's kind of above, watching Laric look out. And Zin is next to her. And Nyx says softly to Zin, I'm going to miss you when you're no longer with me. And Zin says, oh, you know, we'll always have each other.
Declyn stays in bear form, curls up, and reflects on the day. The reality that he's surrounded by mechanical beings again makes him a bit uneasy, but he feels safer in bear form, so he curls up and goes to sleep on the deck of the ship.
Want to give you something?
Do you end up having that conversation with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so if you were to follow me, I am in my quarters, and I'm working on a new mech. So that's where I am.
Okay, right. So you guys kind of have a conversation into the night. Right. Long rest. So you can get your hit points back if you need them and your resources back. The ship flies throughout the night into the next day. By this point, you've reached Sure, we'll put the map up for you. We'll even maybe do one of those Indiana Jones style to see where you're at.
Travel by map?
Huh? Travel by map? Yeah, yeah. I would imagine in the first night you've made it across the mountains.
To the Barrows?
Yeah, you're probably above Bird Lake in the Barrows, loosely above the Barrows. You've traveled into the Jacan province and not quite hit the sands yet, but
In that map.
well on your way there.
Okay. Cool.
Captain,
Yes, fake Wyland.
something you need to see.
Puts his tools away. All right, new fake Bobby. I'll be back to you soon.
New fake Bobby.
New fake Bobby, nice.
Aye, Captain.
I like that. Here.
It's just a mouth box and nothing else.
Inspiration. That's I ran out of inspiration coins. I know that says petrified, but it's inspiration.
Great.
He wants you to go up to the crow's nest.
Yes.
Which for you is very quick.
I don't take the ladder.
No. He shows you the mechanical scope that you've got up there, and points out in the distance. You see what just looks like a black spot. That's all you see in it.
Okay. Okay.
But it's in the center of the sky.
What's that?
It's in the center of the sky, which
And
is odd.
I find this unusual, I assume.
Oh, yes.
And maybe some kind of weather event, perhaps? Or I don't know. Why don't I ask? All right, Wyland, what the hell is that black spot in the sky?
Oh, I keep forgetting you have inferior eyes.
Yeah, if by inferior you mean human eyes.
Yes, I mean
that
inferior
built
by
your
human eyes.
sorry ass. Then
Oh,
yes,
that's
I
your
guess
eyes. I can't believe that your eyes are so
listen,
bad.
You know how long it took me to build you?
Not
God,
long
you're
enough.
Stuff.
It has wings.
Most things that have wings out here are not good.
And if we're seeing it from this distance and you're not seeing the wings, it has very big wings.
Okay.
I've
Battle
adjusted
stations?
course 3 times.
And
It's remained in front of us each time.
it's staying with us,
Yes,
so it's locked on us.
it's intercepting us.
Okay. You tried all evasive maneuvers? Like even the cool ones?
All the ones I'm programmed for.
No, those are pretty cool ones. Okay, well, get that time douche over here. Maybe he knows what's going on.
Aye, Captain.
Yes.
Okay. How do you say something without saying something? Do you have inspiration already? Oh man, if I could only give you another inspiration. All right.
Caught you off guard.
I love that. All right. So, who opens the door?
I guess I
Tobiath
do.
in a robe?
Open the front.
Captain needs to see you right away.
All right. All of us?
Just you.
Well, I want to come too. I'll come over and wrap myself.
Hopefully you did.
Feel free, but I'm only here to collect the time douche.
I will come along with said time douche then. I don't know. What do you think?
I collect myself and go out. Yeah.
All right. He points to the crow's nest, which is quite a climb.
Yeah.
Would you like assistance?
Is there a ladder or something like that?
Oh, there's a rope ladder. He's assuming you can't use it.
I'll try it on my own first, and then we'll see.
All right, make a strength check.
Oh no. Oh, Teal.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
Climbing a rope.
Somebody found some interman last night, and just
Not saying it was because of
and just climbs up that ladder like he's no problem.
So 18.
All right, so up you go, no problem.
Wait, do I go too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you're not. I don't even make you roll.
I'm strong.
Yeah.
One-handed, just climbing.
All right.
Sounds like someone is climbing my ladder well sexed.
So you get to the top.
Yeah. I'm here.
The time douche.
Yes, time
sorry.
douche,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
come here.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was funny. I'm sorry, Teal.
Catching on, I love it. Hey, so, remember how havoc follows you everywhere? I think I see some havoc right out there.
All right. So you can look into there's kind of a mechanical telescope there, as opposed to the natural telescopes that you find everywhere. I guess all telescopes are mechanical. You see a black spot out in the middle of the sky.
So I'm assuming that's bad.
That's not good. Yes, it has wings. It's following us.
What is it?
That is what I'm asking you guys.
I mean, you say it has
Have
wings.
I
it's
ever seen
following
anything
us.
like this, or like what I've?
Well, you've seen creatures in the sky,
Right.
obviously. The problem is that's far enough away that you're still not seeing the wings, but you're seeing
Right.
it as a spot.
Got
and
it,
if your
got it.
first mate sees that it's got wings, that just means it's enormous. I mean, enormous.
Like so, like it's a history check or something. Would I have any guesses
All
as
right,
to what it would
make
be?
go ahead, make a history check.
And I do
yeah.
it with advantage because
Make a history
anything in
check,
my
sure.
history, okay, that still didn't help very much. What is my modifier?
I'll
Nah.
even give this to you. It'll be your history. So you did, but you did roll twice.
I did. Yeah, I still only got a 9.
I don't think you've ever seen something that would be that large that would be in the air.
Yeah.
You know, a
Is this
nature
behi-
guy.
Is it behind us or in front of
He
us?
hasn't asked that too.
It is behind you.
Behind. Okay. Yeah,
And it's
so
coming toward us.
Following
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yes.
Following us.
It is
it-
it is
And it's
following
going
us.
faster. I mean,
It's gaining.
it is gaining.
Impossible.
Yeah.
It is gaining. I don't think you know what that means.
Inconceivable.
Is it from behind in the direction?
Yeah.
It is in the direction of Tyrr. So it
Okay,
is.
great.
You are going
Away from it.
coming from the direction that you escaped from.
Would I recognize it as an animal of any sort?
You can take a look. I mean, go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature or animal handling? Okay, I'm gonna do, you said nature?
Yep.
Nat 20 plus 3.
Well, if it's something that large,
Last night was good for us too.
and
Dice know.
you take a look at it through the telescope, it is pitch black. In fact, it is so black that it's as if the sky has been swallowed up by the darkness in it. The only thing with your natural 20, the only thing you could think that could be that large and that black would be an ancient shadow dragon. Now, an ancient shadow dragon, I might as well said, it's a Tarrasque in D&D terms. An ancient shadow dragon is one of the most powerful creatures on Lear. An ancient shadow dragon is so powerful that it killed a god.
Do we know which god it killed?
Yes, it killed a Rue.
Oh no. I relay that to both of you. That I think and it's really dark, but it looks to me like an ancient shadow dragon, which that means that it's not good.
Wow, who have you pissed off? How many people? How many god killers have you gotten upset? This is crazy.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, sorry. It's kind of funny.
You find it funny that a giant ancient dragon is chasing us.
I don't know any other emotions when my city just fell. Then you just start to laugh at a certain point. We are so doomed. Okay.
Well, I guess we should go tell everyone else to brace ourselves.
For death?
So,
can we entreat with an ancient shadow dragon?
There's bad news and good news. The bad news is you don't have the kind of insurance that covers shadow dragons.
Yeah.
Naturally.
The good news is you can now see the wings. And we're going to leave it there for this week. It's good news for me. We'll see you next week when we find out whether that truly is a shadow dragon, and if it is, whether it can eat an airship whole. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you next time.